Hello, my name is Lucia Njoku. I'm interviewing my father. Do you confirm your consent for me to record this interview?
Yes.
Can you please state your name?
My name is Emmanuel Njoko.
And where do you currently work and what is your role?
I currently work for Metro Employment Solution. I am the Chief Operating Officer.
Okay. Which industry does your organization operate?
Uh, the industry is the service industry, which means Metro Employment Solution provides services for clients. Clients are businesses and individuals.
Okay. How long have you been in this role?
I have been in this position since the inception of the company, 2003. I am the founder of this company.
Okay. What would you consider your greatest career achievement would be?
The greatest achievement will be in managing the company. As the Chief Operating Officer, I have been in a position of maintaining strategic mission of the company, which means ensuring that the organization maintains a financial profitability, as well as driving the growth of the company that has made the company to stay in business for 23 years.
Okay. So when did this occur?
The growth of this company occurred when the organization contracted with the City of Detroit Employment and Training, and that was during the 2006 to 07. We entered into a contract with the City of Detroit Employment and Training as part of the Workforce Job Search and Placement Services.
Wow. What management principles, strategies, or processes did you use?
In doing this business, which is staffing requires strategies that integrates talent acquisition. We should align with the mission of the organization. Metro Employment Solution leverages technology with efficiency, and also we brand ourselves in strong employer brand. So the management principle I used include what? Data-driven hiring. I also use structured onboarding. What do I mean by onboarding? Which means integrating new hirees to boost retention. Other management principles I use include what? Flexible work environment, which also attract employees, and then for those I have hired, make them to stay.
Wow. What do you believe this achievement was especially impactful for the organization?
This is very impactful. And why do I say that? It is impactful because by implementing remote and flexible work arrangement, it improves employees' morale and productivity. Okay?
Okay.
So also, I offered what? Continuous feedback and recognition from the work the employees do, which also makes the managers, to review employees' work assignments.
Okay. So now we're gonna do a servant leadership self-rating. So from one through 5, rate yourself on listening. 1, never good. 2, rarely used. 3, used occasionally or sometimes. 4, used often. Or 5, used always.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So you have to rate yourself on how you listened to your employees. So for example, you never did, that would be a 1. You did sometimes, that would be a 2. Used occasionally, that would be a 3, and then used often would be a 4. Used always would be a 5. So did you listen to your employees or no?
Okay, I do. I would say 5.
5.
Almost, yes.
The same thing is new for empathy, 1 through 5.
Empathy, I would say 4.
Healing, 1 through 5.
I would say 3.
Awareness, 1 through 5.
I would say 4.
Persuasion, 1 through 5.
I would say 5.
Capitalism, 1 through 5.
Is that capitalism or concept?
Oh, sorry. 1 through 5.
Conceptualization, I say with what? That would be 5.
Okay. Foresight.
Foresight, which means I have to see something before it happens, have a foresight. I will say 5.
Stewardship, 1 through 5.
That'll be 5.
And then commitment to the growth of the people, 1 through 5.
That'll be 5.
And then interest in the building community.
Yeah, of course, community is what makes us tick. That'll be 5.
Okay. Can you provide a specific example of how one servant leadership characteristics help you achieve this success?
Can you say that one more time?
Can you okay, right here. Can you provide a specific example of how one servant leadership characteristic helped you achieve this success?
Okay. Can I provide one specific example? I would say can you provide one specific example of how one leadership character help you? Yeah, I would say balancing competing interests of our employers. What I mean by employers, the people we work with, the companies we send people to,
Okay.
and the candidates is one. If I understand the question, one example. Can you provide one example? Can you a specific example how one leadership characteristics? So, can I provide one example? How help you achieve I will say balancing our clients and the job seekers is one. What I mean by that is the industry I belong to, I am in the middle. I have employers and I have candidates. Our company look for good candidates and then provide it to companies who need them. So,
okay. For the sake of time, I'm going to move on. Can you describe a significant challenge you face in this role involving ethical dilemma? Any example that you wanna? It can only be one. Just a significant challenge that you just remember.
Oh yeah. One example will be ethics involves what is good and fair. That include what? Ensuring fair, non-discriminatory hiring practices. Also protecting sensitive employee data and maintaining transparency in recruitment, while at the same time managing intense pressures from the companies I provide people, as well as the workers and the law. The law requires that we be ethical in our dealings, juggling these three areas: employers, the candidates, and the law are the ethical challenges I have navigated.
Wow. A follow-up question: how do you handle this challenge?
Okay. To handle this challenge, what I did or I have cultivated, I developed a concrete and actionable code of ethics with clear procedures for handling issues rather than relying on statements. What do I mean by that? I conduct training, interactive training sessions, by letting my managers know the legal regulations, company policies, and specific real life world ethical situations. So, when I do that, managers know how to identify and handle ethical issues. And because of that, they are the one who deal with business operations. So, when they know these rules, any of them, both managers and workers, who violate the policy are disciplined. There are disciplinary measures regardless of the rank of the personnel.
Okay, thank you. What factors were involved at that time?
Say that again.
My follow-up question would be, what factors were involved at that time?
At that time, what happened was the company started experiencing loss of contract, which means some of our clients are not giving us contract anymore. And then I had employee turnover. So that resulted in losing money. And you know, for any business, when you lose money, you are going to be out of business. So, some of our clients, in fact, decided to contract with our competitors. You know, so when these issues arose, I started looking into our policies and ethical principles.
Okay, so the same thing as part A, we're going to do for part B, 1 through 5, rate yourself on listening.
What do you mean by that?
So what we're going to do is, like as part A, when you rated yourself on listening, 1 through 5 is never used, rarely used, or used occasionally, used often, or used always. So how did you do that in this section for listening? 1, never used, 2, rarely used, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
It's the same thing as we used as part A, if you recall, not too long ago.
Okay. Go ahead.
So for listening, in the business, in that section, did you never use it, you rarely used it, use occasionally, use often, or use always?
I would say 4.
Okay. Empathy, the same thing, 1 through 5.
4.
Healing, 1 through 5.
Healing, I would say 2.
Awareness, 1 through 5.
Awareness, 5. Persuasion.
Persuasion, 1 through 5.
Yes, that'd be 5. Conceptualization.
Yep, 1 through 5.
1 to 5.
So is it 5?
It's 5.
Okay.
Foresight is 4.
Stewardship.
Stewardship is 5.
Commitment to the growth of people.
5.
And then interest in the building interest in the building community.
5.
Okay, we're on to the last part, C, which is your mission, like entrepreneurship mindset mission. Like, what was your mission or goal for the company?
Okay, this for every company.
Yeah.
There should be a mission, which is what the company stands for. Our mission is to do what? Advance people, grow businesses, and strengthening communities through education, employment, and economic development. So, Metro Employment Solution mission is to advance people, grow businesses, and strengthening communities through education, employment, and economic growth development.
Okay. How important is having an entrepreneurial mindset in the business?
Okay, for any business, an entrepreneurial mindset is important. Okay, especially in the staffing industry. Remember, we are in the staffing business.
Mm-hmm.
So what this means is that it enables me as a CEO to drive innovation and to adapt to changes in the market. So, entrepreneurial mindset helps me to what? Shift employees from being just doing things to become problem solvers, which allows me now, if they become problem solvers, they are now taking charge of issues that come from business operations. And that helps our company and then make us to select people, talent, which we match with good employers. Okay.
Okay. And then the last question is going to be, is there anything you wish you have avoided that may have delayed or derailed your success?
Is there anything I should have avoided? Yes. From experience, I will say yes.
Okay.
And what that will be is when I noticed, I focused mostly, before I noticed it, I focused mostly on short-term placements. You know, if my company is looking for a job, I will just send them anybody.
Yeah.
Which they will work for 1 or 2 months and then 3 months they quit. You know, I focus on short-term placement instead of what? Long-term placement, which would have created a partnership. Remember, when you have a long-term relationships, it enables you to make more money. Okay? I should have avoided that. Instead of focusing on short-term, you know, focus on long-term. Also, I didn't pay attention to build a strong internal culture, which means each company has something they are good at, until the ethical problem arose. So I neglected building a strong internal culture before I realized it. So I shouldn't have neglected that. When I realized it, I made those policies I mentioned to you that has the policy that have put our company where we are now.
Okay. And then before we end this phone interview, I do have to do one last mindset self-rating, like we did in the past two, if you are ready. So it's the same process, 1 through 5, but just these ones have different characteristics. So need to achieve, never used, rarely used, used occasionally or sometimes, used often or used always, 1 through 5.
Okay. What are we talking about here?
So your characteristics, your characteristics 1 through 5. These ones are just like how you your personality you did throughout the business. So it's the same thing as we did in part A and part B. This is the last one, is self-rating. So you need to achieve: 1, never used; 2, rarely used; 3, never used. Used occasionally or sometimes; 4, used often; or 5, used always. It's 1 through 5.
Okay, what are the elements are we reviewing here?
So this is for the entrepreneur mindset self-rating. Aside from the minds, this is what we did in part A and part B. I can just read them out to you. So these are characteristics, and you're rating them 1 through 5. So you need to need to achieve. Is it 1, you never used; 2, you rarely used; 3, used occasionally; 4, used often; or 5, used always.
Okay.
So
I need to achieve, I will say 5 because I use it always. I need to achieve. I need to get things done.
Okay. So openness to experience, 1 through 5.
Yes, I use it often. That before.
Okay. Innovative and creative ability.
Yeah, innovative because we have to drive innovation. That be 5.
Risk
propensity. That be 4.
Okay. Productivity and work ethic.
That be 5. I need to proactively look at things before it happens.
Entrepreneur self-efficiency.
Self-efficacy. Entrepreneurial self-efficacy is 5. And then internal locus of control is 5.
Okay. I thank you for doing this interview with me. We have completed all the questions.
Okay. Is there nothing I can help you with?
No, you've answered it all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.